In this screencast, we're going to look at how to import the MongoDB course code into IntelliJ IDEA and get started with the application. I've already extracted the code into its own directory in my projects folder. Now I'm going to open IntelliJ IDEA Community. I use the JetBrains toolbox to open my IDEs, but feel free to use whichever method you usually use to start IntelliJ IDEA. There are several options for opening existing code. You could use the Open option with the MongoDB course code and it should work, but I'm going to use Import as this is often the best way to set up a new project from existing code. Now we navigate to where the project code is stored. Because this is a Maven project, it has a pom.xml file. The simplest way to get IntelliJ IDEA to set up an existing Maven project is to select the pom.xml file when importing the project. Then IntelliJ IDEA will show you the options for importing a Maven project. Generally, we can keep all these settings the same as the defaults. I often choose the option to import Maven projects automatically, as this will keep IntelliJ IDEA and Maven changes in sync. IntelliJ IDEA has correctly identified the project. Next we need to select the JDK, the Java Development Kit, to use to compile and run the project. We need to use at least version 1.8. If you don't already have one configured here, click on the plus symbol, select JDK, and navigate to the location of the JDK. You need to have downloaded a Java 8 JDK in advance. I'm not going to select one here as I already have Java 8 set up and selected. We'll use the default project name and location. IntelliJ IDEA may give you a warning that a .idea folder already exists in that location. This is okay, so we can go ahead and press Yes to continue. You may be shown a tip of the day on startup. If you're new to IntelliJ IDEA, these can be really helpful. If you're already very familiar with the IDE, you might want to turn them off. We can see IntelliJ IDEA has imported the directory structure of the project. The green Java folder under test means this contains test code. The blue Java folder under main means this directory contains production code. We can use the project navigator to look at the structure of the project and open files for viewing or editing. These DAO files contain to-do items highlighted in blue, which are tasks that will need to be implemented as part of the course. Now let's look at how to run the application. If we open up the application class, we can see this is annotated with the Spring Boot application annotation, which tells us this is the main class of our project. IntelliJ IDEA shows a green arrow in the gutter at the top of the class and one next to the main method. We can click on either of these and select Run to run the application. IntelliJ IDEA will compile the code and launch the application. The Run window appears at the bottom and shows the output from the application. When it's finished starting up, we can open a browser and navigate to the application's homepage, localhost port 5000. You should see a page containing a list of movies. When the application is up and running, we can stop it either by pressing the red stop button or by using the keyboard shortcut Ctrl and F2 for Windows or Linux, or Command and F2 for the Mac. Now let's look at how to run tests. We can run all the tests by right-clicking on the test folder and selecting Run All Tests. When we run tests, we see the tests and their results in the Run window. A green tick means the test was successful. Double-clicking on a test in this window takes us directly to that test in the editor. Rather than running all the tests every time, it's much more likely we'll just want to run a single test. Like the application class, test classes have a green arrow in the gutter to show they can be run. Clicking the double green arrow at the top of the class runs all the tests in this class. Clicking the green arrow next to an individual test runs just this test. Note that if the test has already run successfully, there's a green circle in the gutter. We can also run the current test using the keyboard shortcut Shift-Control F10 for Windows and Linux, or Shift-Control and R for the Mac. Another useful keyboard shortcut is Shift-Control and T, or Shift-Command and T, to navigate between a test and the class it is testing, and back again. Let's take a quick look at the Maven integration in IntelliJ IDEA. One of the ways to open the Maven window is via the Tool Window Quick Access button in the bottom left. The Maven window shows the Maven dependencies, plugins, and targets, and we can run any of the targets from here. So as well as running the tests from the project window, or from the test classes themselves, we can also run the tests via Maven. One last IntelliJ IDEA feature to explore is the terminal window, which we can open with Alt and F12. Of course, we can run commands via the operating system's terminal or command line, but it's often most convenient to run commands inside the IDE, so we can stay within the context of our project and our code. For example, we can start a MongoDB instance inside this terminal window and open a tab to open the MongoDB shell. Then we can easily use the MongoDB shell from within IntelliJ IDEA. That's the basics to get you started with IntelliJ IDEA for this MongoDB course. Thanks for watching.